Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK today. I hope you all are doing very well, and today we'll be discussing the most important MCQs for 23 and 24th of June 2024. Let's start with our session. The first question is, recently the Central Council for Research in Yoga and Naturopathy in collaboration with SWAYASA organized a conference on yoga for space at which place? So Central Council for Research in Yoga and Naturopathy along with SWAYASA University organized the Yoga for Space conference in Bangalore city for International Day of Yoga 2024. Okay, and the theme for this conference was Yoga for Self and Society. Okay, so this event featured the keynote addresses from Indian institutions, and it highlighted various activities promoting yoga, including the global contest and innovative challenges. So this conference emphasized the role of yoga in fostering a healthy society and its potential applications for the astronauts. Okay, so this conference took place in Bangalore city. Now in the next slide we will see some important summits and the conferences that came into news. The first question is, which city hosted the conference on India's progressive path in the administration of the criminal justice system? The venue for this conference is Kolkata city. Where was the 112th session of the International Labour Conference of International Labour Organization held recently? This conference took place at the headquarters of International Labour Organization, that is in Geneva, Switzerland. Recently, where was the International Conference on Nuclear Security held? This conference took place in Vienna. Okay, Vienna in the country of Austria. Recently, where was the Ocean Decade Conference 2024 held? The Ocean Decade Conference took place in Barcelona in the country of Spain. Recently, which country hosted the first International Rainbow Tourism Conference? Answer would be Nepal, and it was dedicated to the transgender community. Okay. The next question is, recently who won a gold medal at the Paavo Nurmi Games in Finland? This is Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra. Neeraj Chopra won the gold medal at the Paavo Nurmi Games 2024 that took place in Finland with a throw of 85.97 meters. Okay, so this was his third event of the season after missing the Ostrava Golden Spike meet due to injury, and his performance reaffirms his top form as he prepares for the Paris Olympics next month. Okay, so who's the winner of the Paavo Nurmi Games in Finland, who has won the gold medal? Answer would be our Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra. Okay. In the next slide, we will see some important winners that came into news. The first question is, recently which state has won the award for maximum wind power installed capacity? This is the state of Gujarat. Gujarat has won the award for maximum wind power installed capacity. Recently, who won the FIDE Under 20 Girls World Chess Championship 2024? Answer would be Divya Deshmukh. Okay. Iga Swiatek, who recently won the French Open 2024 women's title, belongs to which country? She is the winner of the French Open this year, and she is from the country Poland. Okay, you have to tell me, in the French Open 2024 men's title was won by whom? Recently, who won the Norway Chess Tournament 2024 with 17.5 points? This is Magnus Carlsen. Recently, who won the gold medal in the men's 10-meter air pistol event at the ISSF World Cup 2024 in Munich, Germany? Answer would be Mr. Sarabjot Singh. Fine. Next is, which day is observed as World Refugee Day every year? World Refugee Day is celebrated annually on 20th of June to raise awareness about the plight of the refugees and promote their inclusion. This year the theme is For a World Where Refugees Are Welcomed. Fine. So this day was established in the year 2001 to mark the 1951 Refugee Convention's 50th anniversary, and it underscores the international cooperation. Refugees flee why? Because of conflict, persecution and violence. It highlights the need for global solidarity and lasting solutions to the refugee crisis, right? So World Refugee Day is observed every year on 20th of June. This year the theme is for a world where refugees are welcomed. Fine. In the next slide we will see some important days and themes related question. The first one is, what is the theme of International Yoga Day 2024? Just we have talked about it in the first question. The theme was yoga for self and society. Okay, and the theme emphasizes its holistic benefits for health and well-being. This day was established by the United Nations in 2014 at the suggestion of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And the International Day of Yoga is celebrated annually on 21st of June, which coincides with the summer solstice, and this day highlights the transformative power of yoga and its role in promoting the balance and harmony in individuals and the communities worldwide. Okay, so International Yoga Day is observed every year on 21st of June. This year the theme is yoga for self and society. What is the theme of World Sickle Cell Day 2024? The theme for World Sickle Cell Day is hope through progress. Okay, and when do we observe this day? So answer would be 19th of June. What is the theme of International Fatty Liver Day 2024? I'm writing it here. The answer for third question is act now, screen today. This was the theme. Okay, what is the theme of the World Oceans Day 2024? The theme was awaken new depth. Okay, what is the theme for World Food Safety Day 2024? The theme was prepare for the unexpected. Okay, your homework is you have to tell me when do we observe the International Fatty Liver Day and World Oceans Day and the World Food Safety Day. Please write your answer in the comment section. The next question is, which airport recently became the first in the country to introduce a self-service baggage drop system? This is Indira Gandhi International Airport in Delhi, and it has launched a self-service baggage drop system, and about 50 units are installed in across terminals 1 and 3, which is available for Air India, Indigo and Air India Express passengers. Okay, so this system allows the passengers to print the tags at the kiosk, place bags on the conveyor belt and complete the check-in quickly. It checks the airline criteria and the dangerous goods declarations internally for a seamless experience. Okay, so Indira Gandhi International Airport is the first airport in the country to introduce a self-service baggage drop system. Don't forget that this airport lies in New Delhi. Okay, now let's see some important current affairs regarding first in news. The very first question is, recently the Union Cabinet has approved 2869.65 crore rupees development plan for Lal Bahadur Shastri International Airport. It is located in which Indian city? So Union Cabinet has approved this much amount of development plan for Lal Bahadur Shastri International Airport that lies in Varanasi city. So it is managed by Airports Authority of India, and the project aims to expand the passenger capacity significantly, and key features include a new terminal that spans in 75,000 square meters by extending the runways and an enlarged apron. So this airport will handle 6 million passengers annually with eco-friendly measures like energy efficiency, waste recycling and solar power adoption, promoting sustainability and enhancing the traveler experience. Okay, so this is the Varanasi city. Recently, which country became the first Southeast Asian country to recognize the same-sex marriage? This is the country of Thailand. Recently, who has made history as the first Indian to receive the prestigious Nelson Mandela Lifetime Achievement Award? The first Indian to receive this honorable award is Vinod Ganatra. Okay. Which country became the first country to adopt the India's Jan Aushadhi scheme? First time the Jan Aushadhi scheme has been adopted. by some foreign country, and this is Mauritius. Rajaji Raghav Biosphere Reserve, recently designated as India's first private biosphere, is located in which Indian state? This is India's first private biosphere and it lies in Uttarakhand. Okay. Which organization recently published the report named as Sustainable Development Report 2024? Here correct answer would be the Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Okay. In this report, they have revealed significant delays in achieving most 2015 Sustainable Development Goal targets, like reducing the poverty and hunger. Okay. So it is published by Sustainable Development Solutions Network. It highlights that only 16% of the goals are on track for 2030, and it is released before the United Nations Summit of the Future. It proposes key United Nations reforms and introduces an index for United Nations-based multilateralism. So Finland, Sweden and Denmark lead the rankings, while vulnerable nations lag significantly. Okay. So what's inside the report is not at all relevant. We have to only remember that this report has been published by Sustainable Development Solutions Network. Now let's see some important reports that came into news. The first question is, according to the SIPRI report, how many nuclear warheads does India currently have? As per the SIPRI report, India have currently 172 warheads. And which country leads in this term? Answer would be China. Global Gender Gap Report 2024, recently released by which organization? It is released by World Economic Forum. World Migration Report and Migration Health Annual Report, recently seen in the news, are published by which organization? These reports have been published by International Organization for Migration. Which organization recently released the State of the World Fisheries and Aquaculture 2024 report? This report has been published by United Nations body, that is Food and Agriculture Organization. Headquarters lies in Rome, Italy. State of Ocean Report 2024, recently released by which organization? This report has been published by UNESCO. Okay. What is the rank of India on the Energy Transition Index 2024? Here answer would be 63rd, that is A option. India has been ranked at 63rd position on the Global Energy Transition Index 2024, which is released by the World Economic Forum. So this index monitors the global shift towards sustainable, secure and accessible energy system. Sweden has topped the ranking, followed by Denmark and Finland. Okay. Despite notable progress by emerging economies like Brazil and China, 83% of the countries regressed in security, equity or sustainability. So the gap between advanced and developing economies is narrowing despite the disparities. Fine. So India's rank in this index is 63rd, and which country was at the topmost position? This is Sweden. Now in the next slide we will see India's ranking in different indices. The first question is, what is the rank of India in the Environment Performance Index 2024? India's rank is very bad in it. Answer is 176. What is the rank of India in the World Press Freedom Index 2024? Answer is 159. According to World Cybercrime Index 2024, what is the rank of India in cybercrime globally? In terms of cybercrime, we come at 10th position. What is the rank of India's GEM portal as an e-commerce platform in the world? India's GEM portal ranks at 3rd place as an e-commerce platform in the world. What is the rank of India in the World Happiness Report 2024? Answer is 126. Can you tell me which is the most happiest country in the world? Please write your answer in the comment section. What is the main objective of the 5G Intelligent Village initiative recently seen in the news? So Department of Telecommunications announced 2 initiatives. The first one is 5G Intelligent Village and second is Quantum Encryption Algorithm. Why? To drive the innovation in the telecom sector, and these proposals aim to harness the 5G technology for equitable technological advancement. Focus is on rural upliftment through ultra reliable low latency communication and massive machine type communication. This initiative targets critical areas like, for example, agriculture, education, healthcare, governance and sustainability, which demonstrates the benefits of the 5G connectivity in the selected villages. Okay, so basic objective of the 5G intelligent village is to uplift the rural communities through 5G technology. Okay, now in the next slide we will see some recent news. The first question is, e-Shram portal recently seen in the news is launched by which ministry? Here answer would be Ministry of Labour and Employment. Actually, at the 112th International Labour Conference that took place in Geneva, India's delegation was led by Secretary of Ministry of Labour and Employment, where he highlighted the e-Shram portal. This portal was launched in the year 2021, and the portal registers unorganized workers in across 400 occupations, providing a comprehensive national database. It is fully Aadhaar verified, and basic aim is to facilitate the access to the social security schemes. So this portal integrates with the National Career Service, Skill India Digital Hub, My Scheme portal, and Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Manthan scheme. Fine. So e-Shram portal has been launched by Ministry of Labour and Employment. Recently, how much funding has approved by Asian Development Bank to improve India's health system preparedness? So Asian Development Bank has granted India a significant loan of $170 million, which is approximately 1,418 crore rupees, to enhance its healthcare system's readiness and response capabilities for future pandemics. So it aligns with India's National Health Policy 2017, and this policy-based loan aims to improve the governance and the policy frameworks that are essential for achieving the universal healthcare coverage. Key initiatives include, for example, strengthening the disease surveillance networks nationwide through interconnected laboratories, enabling the quicker responses to the infectious disease threats in across the cities, states and union territories. Okay, so your answer is $170 million. What is the IUCN status of Iberian lynx that was recently seen in the news? So the current IUCN status of this species is vulnerable. Mudgal Fort recently seen in the news is located in which Indian state? This fort lies in Karnataka. Kashi Vishwanath Temple Corridor project recently seen in the news is associated with which Indian state? It lies in UP. Okay. The next question is, INS Sunaina recently seen in the news belongs to which type of class? So INS Sunaina is a Saryu class offshore patrol vessel commissioned in Kochi and based under the Southern Naval Command. Recently it has visited the Port Victoria. Okay, Port Victoria lies in the country Seychelles. Fine. So this visit aims to enhance the cooperation between the Indian Navy and Seychelles Coast Guard under the Mission Sagar, and it is built at the Goa Shipyards Limited. INS Sunaina supports the fleet operations, coastal patrols, ocean surveillance, and it can reach the speeds of 25 knots. Fine. So INS Sunaina belongs to Saryu class. Okay. Now let's see some Navy related current affairs. Recently, who became the first woman helicopter pilot of Indian Navy? This is Anamika B. Rajiv. This is an extremely important question because it is associated with your women empowerment. Recently, which Indian naval ship visited Vietnam as a part of Indian Navy's operation deployment? Here answer would be INS Kiltan. Okay. Which Indian naval sailing vessel recently marked a historic trans-oceanic expedition of nearly 2 months by 2 women officers of Indian Navy? This is INSV, means Indian Naval Sailing Vessel Tarini. Okay. Recently, Navy Chief Admiral R. Harikumar has awarded an on-the-spot unit citation to which Indian naval ship for anti-piracy operation? Answer is INS Sharda. Okay. And last is, recently the Indian Navy has set up its first independent headquarters named as Nausena Bhavan, at which place? Answer is Delhi. Fine. Next one is, Vadhavan port recently seen in the news is to be constructed in which Indian state? So Union Cabinet has approved the development of the Greenfield Major Port at Vadhavan in the state of Maharashtra. It is to be constructed via a special purpose vehicle by the Jawaharlal Nehru Port Authority and Maharashtra Maritime Board. So this all-weather deep draft port supports the PM Gati Shakti program It is located in the Palghar district and it has been built through the PPP model on a landlord model basically. It will have a 20 meters draft, 23.2 million capacity, and it would definitely boost the EXIM trade via IMEC and INSTC. Okay, location of Vadhavan port is Maharashtra. Now let's see some state related current affairs. The first one is, which state received the highest number of complaints to the National Commission for Women in 2024? Here answer would be Uttar Pradesh. Muralidharan Chandrakant Bhandare, who recently passed away, was the former governor of which Indian state? He was the former governor of Odisha state. Which state government recently launched the Mission Nischay? Answer is Punjab, and basic purpose was to tackle the drug related problem. Raja Parv, recently seen in the news, is an agricultural based festival of which Indian state? Your answer is Odisha. And last is Kheer Bhavani temple, recently seen in the news, is located in which state or the union territory? Answer is Jammu and Kashmir. Now last question is, Swami Vivekanand Nishakt Swavalamban Protsahan scheme, recently seen in the news, is a social security scheme of which Indian state? Answer is here Jharkhand. And the individuals with sickle cell anemia will receive a monthly pension of 1000 rupees under this scheme, and the district administration has initially identified 9 beneficiaries from the various blocks, ensuring the ongoing coverage for new cases. Sickle cell screening has been extensive, identifying 46 cases of sickle cell anemia. Thalassemia among over 99,000 people tested. Pension eligibility is based on disability certificates, benefiting those severely affected by the condition. Okay, so this scheme is a social security scheme of Jharkhand state. Now let's see some scheme related current affairs. The first question is, what is the aim of the National Forensic Infrastructure Enhancement Scheme recently approved by the Government of India? So Indian government has approved the National Forensic Infrastructure Enhancement Scheme to strengthen the forensic infrastructure, which would actually help in the criminal justice system. So it will be implemented by the Home Ministry and it supports the new criminal laws which would be effective from 1st of July 2024, requiring mandatory forensic investigation for the severe crimes, and it includes the new campus for the National Forensic Sciences University and an additional Central Forensic Science Laboratory. Fine. So basic purpose of this scheme is to strengthen the criminal forensic infrastructure. Indira Gandhi Pyari Behna Sukh Samman Nidhi Yojana, recently seen in the news, is launched by which Indian state? This is the Yojana of Himachal Pradesh. Abwa Awas Yojana, which was seen in the news, is associated with which Indian state? Answer is Jharkhand. Swami Vivekanand Nishakt Swavalamban Protsahan scheme, recently seen in the news, is a social security scheme of which Indian state? Answer is Jharkhand. And last is, recently which ministry launched the Electric Mobility Promotion Scheme 2024? It has been launched by Ministry of Heavy Industries. Okay. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And yes, let me tell you one more thing. Yesterday there was a mistake in the lecture. Basically we have to remember that the new pro tem speaker is Bhartrihari Mahtab. Okay. And this is not K. Suresh. Fine. Sorry for the mistake. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These are the most important current affairs and the news from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.